Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm John Carnage. You guys probably know me in the world of Twitch, but I gotta tell you, I'm a huge fan of Marvel. Maybe that's where the word carnage came from, you never know. And I am delighted to be here today with Ryan in the Marvel Heroes headquarters. It's secret. It took me forever to get here. Let me tell you, that Uber was lost for hours. I got car sickness. I couldn't find this place.
The Bifrost Bridge really messes with you.
Yes, man. You have to also be pure of heart, which that took me forever to find. Oh, man. So
you had to do some time travel.
Yeah, a little bit of time travel.
To undo some past mistakes.
Days of future and so much past. We had to just clean up a lot of things, destroy some sentinels to get over here. But Ryan, dude, it's awesome to be here. Thank you guys for your hospitality. There's smiling faces off the camera I'm saying hi to. And then you, the chat. What's up, guys? Nice to see you guys as well. But we're here. We're hanging. We're going to talk about a lot of things. Look, questions.
Got questions.
Things to talk about. We got a chat room.
Cool stuff that's going to appear on the screen.
Yeah, lots of cool stuff.
Lots of smashing and
destroying. Have you guys destroyed anything here yet?
Like physically?
Yeah, yeah, like physically.
The vending machine.
Okay, you killed it. You just killed it. You just destroyed it.
It's not dead, but we want it.
So you guys never have like Smash Day, like Hulk's just.
Is this
just pretend to be?
Is this a thing?
We're gonna make a thing. Listen, you guys make Marvel heroes, right? I would think every single day would be like a new hero gimmick.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair. We have a lot of things that break in our game. We haven't destroyed anything in the office yet.
Well, we need to change. Today's the first. Make it happen.
The first annual, maybe weekly, maybe first weekly. It's daily. Let's just break stuff.
Well, dude.
No, I'm just kidding.
We're not going to break.
We're not going to break anything. We're very well mannered.
Yes.
Maybe not this guy. His name is Carnage. Probably isn't very well mannered.
I'm learning. I'm learning to be mannered. I'm taking etiquette class.
There are schools for that.
There is plenty of schools.
The world has changed. It's not the post-apocalyptic world you're used to.
But Ryan, enough about talking about smashing and etiquette schools and secret headquarters and locations of unknown origin.
That's all I know.
That's all you know. We want to talk about some things, and one of the most important things that happened today, just an hour ago?
Not even an hour.
Not even an hour ago?
Yeah, not even an hour.
Oh, man.
We opened up not even an hour ago.
What patch is this?
This is Game Update 2.2, which is Forge of Asgard, which introduces Runewords.
Okay.
Woo, enchanting.
What?
Enchanting your items. That's actually a huge thing for us. Like, that's something people have asked for
a while, yeah.
Since the beginning of time itself.
And
since
how
days of future past.
So wait, I can enchant my cell phone, my iPhone.
If your hero has an iPhone slot, you're set.
Okay, well then awesome.
None of our characters do yet.
So how does this change the game?
It changes the game because now you have not only a new slot to customize, but you can customize your existing uniques, cosmics, and epics in the way you want. Okay. So it gives you full control and it lets you add affixes to your gear, which we've never had before.
Awesome.
So that's pretty big, and there's a new slot, which is huge, because a new slot in any ARPG means all new possibilities and all new gear, all new levels of power, and you get to go crazy with that. We have 20 different ways to do it.
20?
Just at launch.
We're
going to keep going. We have way more. We have way more in our back pocket.
That's great. That's great. and so now with this whole new system, how are you going to just craft it? You're just going to like run around and
you just run around and it just happens. No,
okay.
So you find runes. You find runes in the world. There's tons of them. There are different rarities. There's like things like year and gift, which are more traditional at like Norse runes. And then there's Thor and Loki and Odin and Surtur, which actually isn't released yet. And you find those. You bring them to an enchanter. And the enchanter says, "Hey, let me hook you up." Oh, you got to pay him credits.
Okay, all right.
But you put your gear in, or you find an Uber Forge item, and he enchants it for you with your runes. And you get to make custom, special rune words, not custom. They're predetermined. And there's things like Seer of Brilliance, which is like a leveling experience rune. So if you want to get level faster, there's the Heroes of Asgard, which is you and your friends get awesome and kick lots of butt.
That's a great title. Get awesome.
Get awesome.
That's a rune that just makes you get awesome.
There's no rune word called Get Awesome yet, but we're trying.
Okay.
That's the next one.
Okay. I'm all there for that one.
We'll have Carnage.
Whoa! But hey, it could fall for that other Carnage. It's not going to be. It's not going to be me. That would be.
We'll just put your face on a rune, a little rune stone. So you can see we have actually on screen we have the Enchanter. He's chilling. Ghost Rider showing off some runes. There's no Carnage rune yet.
Right.
Which is unfortunate. And so yeah, that is Forge of Asgard. It's a whole new level of customization for your gear. He has a nice rainbow UI, which is great.
Oh, that's wonderful.
He's got a little customization.
I think that's great. No, like,
Asgard is all about color. It's very colorful.
Yeah, absolutely.
For very warrior, beardy dudes, they love color.
Yeah.
A little splash of purple in there. Why not?
I think it's fantastic.
Splash of purple. We got it right here.
Right here. Well, Twitch loves that perp.
Wait, who doesn't?
Right.
Oh, yeah,
Who doesn't?
right. I guess I didn't make the connection previously. So we got a little blue and perp on this enchanter. So yeah, we're showing off some crazy fun stuff here. And so yeah, that's the base. I think that's a pretty good breakdown of what the system is. We put an FAQ up on the forums. So if it's like, how does this work?
What is going on?
Yeah, like, what do I get this? Like, what can I make? Like, what do I do? I put up a quick FAQ, and if you guys if there are questions, we'll answer more of those. And I'm sure there's stuff we forgot to explain because we've been living it for weeks.
Yeah, so it makes so much sense to you.
You're so close to it, and then you're like, oh, that is confusing. Like, I should explain that.
Right.
So
does this change the dynamic of the entire game? I mean, obviously
it changes. It changes the dynamic of the item game for sure.
Okay.
So heroes are now having things they could never do before. They have new level. They can hit. Like, the most min-max, most awesome guys in the world can hit levels they couldn't hit before. It gives their new special abilities on a lot of these rune words. One is called Storm Giant Magi that makes you grow into a giant. You start wrecking stuff and lightning.
Amazing.
So yeah, there's a lot of new stuff. It changes the item game considerably.
Like, that's so cool.
And because of that, wanted to announce we're doing a special weekend.
Right.
For where we're upping the rare item find and special item find, so you can get some good items, get some runes. And during the weekend, we're going to be delivering daily gifts that features.
You guys are so awesome, so nice. Wonderful.
Well, we wanted people to be able to experience the rune system because they are rare. They're not going to be just dropping everywhere. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we're going to be giving people an Uru Forged item, which lets them apply stuff to it, and then 2 different runes to do it. So that by Monday they'll be able to make their first rune word if they found nothing else.
Okay.
So that's great. So they get hooked up.
This is a great weekend for everybody.
Yeah,
get in there.
Plus other gears dropping more.
Yeah.
You can get all the good stuff. Lots of uniques out there. We added some new uniques. I'm talking too much. I'm gonna let you
know. You're not. No. There's so much to talk about. What are you talking about? There's so much going on. You have a great weekend coming out. You have a new patch that comes out. I mean, it's a big deal, right? Like
I'm so excited.
You have a game-changing dynamic.
After this, I'm gonna play all night.
That's what I'm doing. What is the longest you've played?
In a row?
Just in hours.
A long
time.
I've probably put like 10 hours a day over last weekend.
Okay.
Like both days in a row.
That's a very productive, but I mean, it's productive. You were able to save.
I got some good stuff. I leveled people to 60. I felt good about it.
All the good people you saved. You saved.
I saved
cities,
many
cars.
I stopped many
rabbits
demons. Probably some rabbits. There's not many rabbits actually.
You guys need to get on it really quick and put some rabbit
Sonic,
physics in
where
your game.
Rabbits pop out when you jump on stuff.
Right. Well, it's wonderful to see that this patch is out. You're here.
I'm excited.
We're here. We're talking about this stuff. There's more than just this stuff. There's some
more.
teasers things happening, right? There's some stuff that you guys have.
We love to tease stuff.
Okay, we'll tease.
We tease stuff
them. Show them.
Almost too much. So first we're going to be showing off costumes. We like to show off costumes during our streams where we put out at least 1 to 3 costumes a week. That's a really weird variable, but it changes. And this week we're showing off Hawkeye Fear Itself. So we want to bring that up. Hawkeye Fear Itself is super awesome. It's got a little bit of that glowy Tron action, a little bit. That is the first comment anyone makes. Is like, it's Tron. It's based on the Fear Itself Marvel Comics event where Tony Stark used the Forges of Asgard and the dwarf split lip to make sweet Asgardian weapons for everybody, and they all got all glowy and magicked out.
Wow.
And Hawkeye got hooked up.
He certainly did get hooked up. That is like disco Hawkeye too.
He's pretty sweet. Yeah,
I love it.
His arrows on his back will be glowy and stuff. He'll have a little bit of light sourcing in our area. We have cool dynamic lighting effects. He looks pretty great. I'm very excited for him. We just released. We're giving Hawkeye a lot of love lately, but he deserves it.
Yeah,
he's the world's greatest archer.
They made him super cool recently. Like in the past 10 years, he's become like an awesome character. Up until, I never thought of him. I mean, West Coast Avengers.
West Coast Avengers. I love West Coast Avengers.
You're a West Coast Avengers guy.
I'm a Moon Knight fan, so
all right. Okay.
I actually I'm from LA, so West Coast Avengers
made sense.
Is my jam. It's like, they're actually superheroes here.
Being from Miami, the East Coast,
you're like, those guys.
What's West Coast Avengers? What is this?
It's like the B team.
Right.
It's like the D.
Now, but over time, they made him one of the coolest
He's great.
Human
He's
characters.
great.
Right? He's still human, right?
He's still human. He's
okay.
not any less human.
He hasn't, okay, all right, cool. I was worried about that.
Sometimes we have a tendency to buff them
It's like
up
when Captain America became a wolf.
Capwolf is the best.
Okay.
Capwolf is awesome. He's so stupid and so awesome. He's not stupid, sorry.
No. I get what you're saying.
He's goofy. He's great.
Oh, gosh.
I have a little miniature of him on my desk. It's great.
Well, that's why I was asking you if he's still human, because you never know what's going on sometimes. Good thing that you're here and you're able to keep up with all of this.
I'll guide us through this. The Capwolf history.
You're not done teasing us, though.
I'm not done teasing.
Show us some more.
So we have a new Gambit costume coming out, which is the Gambit Forever City costume based on the most recent Gambit series, where, he was messing around with the High Evolutionary. I don't know if you're familiar with him. The guy likes to turn people into animals.
Is that... Wait, what? Okay, so this
suit...
He
likes to experiment.
Right.
So this suit, like you were saying,
it keeps him from becoming an animal? Is that what this is?
More or less.
Wow. Okay, so like when I saw this suit, I had no idea what universe or where this comes from. So I'm happy you're here to explain.
I will guide us through the strangeness of Marvel Comics.
I mean, it's not that strange. I mean, it's right on with the story, right?
That's right. Yeah, it's one issue, but we thought it was a really different look for him. It's a really different color palette. So for us, having characters with different color palettes and different silhouettes is super important to us, because it breaks up our game completely. Like, it changes the visual palette of our entire game by having a dude walking around in white and black who
they pop.
Every other one is brown or gray or something like that, even of the same character. So, because if I'm Gambit and I have one costume, you have another, we will stand out completely. And in a boss battle, I'll know exactly who you are.
So cool.
So that is super important to us to not try to not do ones that look too similar.
I like Gambit. I used to want to be Gambit. I used to watch the cartoon.
You kind of look like Gambit.
Mon ami. I had no idea he was like from New Orleans as a kid. I didn't even know what that meant.
Just like, what is that?
What is he doing? Why is he saying that?
Gambit. My favorite thing about Gambit from the old cartoon series was every episode that did the previously on X-Men, they would go through their cascading cast of like, this is who's in it, and they'd show like Wolverine would be like, I go where I want to go, and every single time it would be Gambit saying 5-card stud, jacks are better to open, and it's just like, that's all you got to show for this poor guy? Like, that's all he says of note?
Yeah.
He did a lot of cool things in the show.
He did. He would charge things.
He blew up a lot of Sentinels in really funny ways.
He would always do stuff. He would never kiss Rogue.
Well, that would not behoove anybody.
I mean,
well,
I guess.
Unless you're, like, not susceptible to being dead.
I let her kiss me, even if it would like knock me on the ground for like 4 weeks.
4 weeks?
Yeah, just a kiss on the cheek and I pass out. Yeah, I just want to see what it's like. And then she'd have the power of me, which would be nothing.
Well, it's that classic. It's that classic thing from the game world that like we always get is like, as working with the community, you always get like the. Like, oh man, I wish I could get into a coma before this game comes out. You just go kiss Rogue.
There you go, and you're out. And
like, you're good. You're good. You're good. You can wait a while.
And this is a big one, man. This is a cool thing that you guys are teasing right now.
So the next thing we wanted to talk about, we wanted to share a little deets on Moon Knight. As you can see, Moon Knight, Mark Spector, the Lunar Legionnaire. He has so many silly names that relate to the moon that I'm not going to list anymore because they're too silly and you'll make fun of them. So Moon Knight is coming this month, as you may or may not know if you've been watching or paying attention. He's my guy. He's my favorite guy. My favorite comic book character.
Favorite comic book character.
Maybe.
Okay, well it's okay. You have multiple. We're all allowed to have multiple, and it changes daily, right? Today I like this person. Next week I'll like somebody else.
For the foreseeable future, Moon Knight's my guy.
Okay, so I got to ask you about Moon Knight. Right.
Let's talk about
I know about Moon Knight, but I don't really know about Moon Knight. What are his powers? The moon?
Moon Knight's powers vary.
Okay.
Moon Knight sometimes is powered by the moon. Moon Knight sometimes is just kind of a crazy guy with sweet gadgets. In our game, we chose to mostly go towards the sweet guy with gadgets.
Okay.
So the portrayal you'll see is he has all of his darts, like which throw like they're crescents, like almost like shurikens. He has a staff. He throws a truncheon, which is just a big piece of metal that nails people in the head. He has spiked gauntlets, so he gets in and gets work done. He doesn't really have moon powers in our game. That was like it was an '80s thing that they really touched on that. So we moved away from that.
That's why he fought Werewolf by Night.
That's why he fought Werewolf by Night.
Issue 32.
Yeah, he did.
Go.
Absolutely.
Bam.
Nailed it.
Bam.
So that is an awesome issue, by the way.
I've been trying to get that issue forever. It's an incredible cover.
I have one at home. It's a great cover.
Oh, wow. What grade?
I don't know. I never graded.
Okay.
I don't grade my comics. I'm not one of those. It's probably like a 6. It's
Okay.
it's not that amazing.
Dude, what an
it's
incredible
It's 40 years
cover.
old, though, right?
Werewolf by Night is an awesome character.
They're great. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's great. It's like they made a werewolf popular as after the horror comics
Yeah.
who were kind of dying out as basically a superhero in their own way, and like made him interact with the contemporary Marvel universe at that time as a horror character and as a comic book character, like
Yeah.
as a superhero.
And we haven't seen anything like it since.
It's true. They
Right.
don't really do that anymore.
Right.
I feel, they're nothing.
There's nothing
Nothing's
like
really nothing. Werewolf by Night's the man.
Yeah, and there's
Moon
any-
Knight was the man. He tried to, he beat him up.
So we talked about his abilities.
Well, a little bit.
Yeah.
There's something really special about
Oh,
it.
tell me.
Talk about.
Right.
So Moon Knight. So with every character in Marvel Heroes, we try to introduce something unique to him. So we have our engineers, which are like our programmers. Like we say, we want to do something unique. We want to make him stand out just from a usability standpoint. So Moon Knight's special thing that he has that we've given him is that he has anti-requisites for 2 of his powers, which is to say, if you pick one, you don't get the other. And that is the first time in our entire game we've ever done that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So he has 2 like super buffs. We call them. We nickname them steroids. They're not steroids. It's just to say it's something that it's an RPG thing of something that makes you super powerful.
It makes him bigger.
Yeah, well, not necessarily bigger.
But no,
yeah.
okay.
So he has 2 of those, and he gets to pick one, and he builds tribute to Khonshu, which is his moon god. He's obsessed with a vengeance.
I mean,
moon
he
god.
would have to have something to do with.
Of course,
a moon.
that's his deal.
Sure.
So he builds up tribute to him, and then he can use one of these abilities. You can only pick one. One makes you. I'll give the basics of it because it's not finished in tuning. You guys will be seeing it on Test Center pretty soon. One basically makes it so you taunt everything. You can't die, but you take more damage.
Oh.
And there's a reason you want to do that, because Moon Knight enjoys taking damage. He does more. He crits more when he takes damage.
Right.
Because he gets down low. He's a fighter. He's a tough guy. So you can't die, but you go to 0 real fast. But when that ends, things aren't looking too good for you, obviously.
Right.
His other choice is all of my powers don't cost spirit, so I don't run out of what is essentially mana. But it gets set to 0 for some foreseeable time after the buff ends.
Okay.
So once the buff is over, you have nothing. Like you're down at 0. But he does more damage for the lower spirit he has.
Oh,
So-
wow, you guys, this is
you're
awesome.
So you're setting yourself at 0, and you're saying, I
Right.
want to do maximum damage, but afterwards,
It's really rough.
like, yeah, it's like, this is my dump. Like, I want to do this now. And so we wanted to just give him a crazy playstyle. Like, we were like, hey, this guy, he's all about being kind of an out there character who's really...
This must have been great to design. You must have had a lot of fun.
I had a lot of fun. I worked really heavily with the power design team on, like, iterating on him and, like, coming up with these big ideas and stuff. And Michael Mayhem would have helped a lot, and The Art of Rar, who are some of our, like, celebrity designers from the forums.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, it's been great. Cotton Cottonny Cats has been building him and doing all the crazy stuff involved, and he's involved a lot of stressful, like, oh, how are we going to build this? Because he has other things, because we didn't want to just make him anything like any other character.
Wow. Oh, and again, we keep talking about, like, the popularity of some of these characters. He kind of exploded in the past 5 years in popularity.
He's been popping up a lot.
Yeah, he's
Patton
popping up
Oswalt.
everywhere.
I don't know if you saw the awesome what is it called? The Citizens Filibuster. He gave.
No.
It's absolutely amazing, and he gives Moon Knight a bro prop out there, but it's pretty good. But yeah. So,
Well, that's great. So, did you say why you love this character so much?
because the reason I love Moon Knight is I'll give a quick answer, is because as a character, when I read the 80s comics for the first time and the 70s stuff, I super appreciated that somebody made a character who was so off that he could respond to different names in one conversation. So it'd be like you calling me Ryan, somebody next to me calling me Jim, and like somebody here calling me like Tim.
Right.
And I'm just like, yeah, and I'm responding to all of them as their one. And that was my first.
That's his power.
Well, no, that's just part of his character.
Oh, wow.
And I appreciate any character like Punisher who just kind of goes to the wall, like just kind of crazy, kind of out there,
awesome,
doesn't stop fighting, basically a normal person.
Right.
So I like the underdogs.
Okay, hey.
I like underdogs. I like Hawkeye for the same reason. He's just a dude.
He's just a dude.
He's got a bow though.
Right. He has a lot of different
Trick arrows.
It's like where do you get those made? Right, when you shoot one and that's it, I guess Nick Fury, Tony Stark,
Shield.
Somebody's just like,
Somebody's
yo, don't worry about
it
it. I came up with a new arrow for you. Here's the hookup. I just thought of this one. It shuts off all the electricity in the area.
EMP.
Say what?
That's a thing.
What?
We were teasing last stream about a boomerang arrow, which would be kind of useless.
You have to duck. I mean,
it's an arrow that comes
unless
back.
you have like Iron Man or something catch it, you're gonna have to duck.
Maybe he could catch it.
I mean, yeah, unless it like flies back around and goes into the bow, and then it keeps going faster.
That seems impossible, but I like the way
hey,
you think.
we're talking about
think.
werewolves by night, Moon Knight, a dude that could talk to 19 different people all at the same time.
3, 4, 5. Yeah,
3, 4, 5. It sounds like
it's all good.
The Ultimate Warrior, I think, can do the same thing.
The Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
When
can you put him in the game?
No.
I think at one point, wasn't there a comic book of the Ultimate Warrior?
Yes, there was. I think Marvel actually put it out.
Marvel might have done it.
Like RoboCop, they did RoboCop. They did
Can you
Transform.
imagine? Bun, dun, 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 and like that's the
Every
music,
time
in-game music.
We do have something called an Ultimate Power.
Okay.
So for him, it just breaks the game.
Oh yeah.
He's the Ultimate Warrior.
He's the Ultimate
How
Warrior
can you
with the
beat
Ultimate Power. Wow. So, dude, this is awesome. I'm really, again, for anybody who's just tuning in for the first time, I'm hanging out here. You guys might notice me. I'm with Twitch. I'm John Carnage. But I'm a huge comic book fan, and I just had to get over here, hang out with Ryan and the Marvel Heroes crew, and just, like, talk about your game. It's so dope. We could talk about comic book stuff. What are we doing? We're talking about comic books. We're all over the place.
We're hanging out.
Talking about
comics.
We're hanging.
Talking about Marvel Heroes.
Showing
off some cool. We're gonna be showing off some cool stuff.
So, are we gonna show off some of that cool stuff? Is it time to show off that cool stuff?
Let's bring it over to some cool stuff. We're gonna have. This is where we're gonna just show off a little bit of maybe some X Defense. I think we're gonna show off. Just have some fun playing Ghost Rider, kicking some bad guy butt.
Ghost Rider is such a cool character, man.
He's so currently my two mains are Ghost Rider and Punisher. And
oh yeah,
Ghost
that
Rider
makes sense.
So much fun.
So cool looking, man.
He kind of breaks my normal guy rule though.
Oh yeah, he does. Well, he's no longer a normal guy when he's Ghost Rider. But when he's normal guy,
he's a cool guy. He's still cool.
He just wants to hang out, grab some beers, and drive a motorcycle over hills and stuff, and do some crazy Daredevil stuff. But every time Ghost Rider moves, it's like he's turns his motorcycle into like a little scooter, which I think is awesome.
Oh, with his little wheelie.
His little wheelie. He's jumping around. I think it's great.
Yeah, he is a blast to play. He can ride around. His ultimate power basically just lets you ride around with the chains above your head, just spawning fire killers everywhere.
So great.
It is a lot of fun.
And that's a recent character, right?
To our game?
Yeah, to your game.
Yeah, he came out in December, at the end of December, right before Christmas break. Basically.
Have you been seeing a lot of people just falling in love with him?
Everywhere, yeah. No, he's probably one of our best received characters we've ever released. I think that's fair to say.
The fire physics, right? I guess that's what we would call it. Gorgeous. Gorgeous animations for
the
that.
VFX team basically have been asking to do Ghost Rider since they joined the team, all of them. They're like, man, we got to do Ghost Rider. Like, someday I hope we can do Ghost Rider. And for a long time, it was always the question of, like, how do we make the bike work? Like, how does it look? How's it going to look? And one day we decided, like, let's just do it.
Okay.
Like, let's just get it done. And he turned out friggin' awesome. Like, he turned out to be maybe the coolest character in the game.
I love it.
Sorry, every other character. I don't mean that. I love you all.
Right.
Like my children, like my 29 children.
You're 29.
There's almost 30. There's a lot of characters in our game.
Right. How many times? I mean, like, how many characters? There's 29.
There's 29 right now. Yes.
Yeah. How are you going to, as you move forward and grow? Yeah. How are you going to? Keep adding and balancing.
At least once a month, we're basically doing a character. We are currently going back through characters that we released before and doing what we call level 52 reviews, which is to bring their leveling experience from level 30 to 52, so their last power comes then, and just making sure that they're fun, making sure that players are happy with them, making sure they can compete with everybody in the game.
Okay.
And so up this month is Daredevil. He's getting some big improvements. He's gonna biggest complaint I would say from Daredevil fans has always been he can't clear trash well enough. Like, he's a guy with he's, as you would imagine, in our game, he's a guy with billy clubs, and he beats people up, and he swings it above his head, but he's not as efficient as other characters at getting around and getting in there and, like, just destroying an entire screen. Because, some guys just lend themselves really well to blowing up whole screens.
Right.
So our mission for Daredevil is absolutely make sure he can compete. So while he may be the best at defeating a boss, he needs to be able to clear a screen almost as well as anyone else.
Okay.
Or just as well. So,
That's great. So you're listening to your community.
Oh, yeah, that is absolutely
You guys
good
are
for us.
really connected with your community, which
that
is
is
great.
basically all I do.
I you
sit around on the forums at home.
You're a community man.
Yeah, I just ingest it all.
And this is like the rare treat for a lot of people. In case people are just joining us again, you're talking directly to the community manager for Marvel Heroes, right? So right now, I mean, he's looking at the chat.
I'm reading your chat, watching.
He's
what
reading
you
your
guys are
chat. I don't know if
saying.
he's going to talk about your chat.
They're talking about my beard a lot.
So what? That's great. That's a great thing. That's a wonderful beard. I can't do that.
I'm sure you can.
No, this is
a Carnage beard.
I can't do a symbiotic beard.
Yeah, just
like
make it happen.
a red and black beard just like shooting out of my face.
That seems horrible.
That would be
you would
really
never be
bad.
able to come back.
Like, what if the symbiotic suit was only was enough to wrap around his finger, Casey's finger, and that was it? Like, oh yeah, I'm Carnage, and little baby axes.
So you
come
want
out.
that just on your beard, or you don't want?
I want a beard. Look, here's the thing. When I first discovered Venom, when I saw that symbiotic suit, and then all of a sudden, I saw it in the cartoon, right?
Of course.
Most of us, I think, probably
awesome
did.
in the cartoon.
And then Peter Parker, all of a sudden, is wearing like a Gucci Louis Vuitton suit, and then all of a sudden walking down the street, and then wearing short shorts 1 minute, and then another minute he's like casual slipper wearing a robe. I was like, oh my god, I don't have to put on clothes anymore.
I just want that.
I want that. I want that
freaky
symbiotic suit, not to be able to pick up a car.
He picks up. I remember.
Oh, yeah, he picks up
the fire truck.
Right. I don't want that. I want to just wear clothes. I want to have a Gucci suit one day.
Maybe be able to extend your arm a bit too. It's also useful in that way.
Or have a beard. Or have a beard, a symbiotic beard. That would have been great.
You'd probably have to dye your hair.
I'll let the suit do it all.
Just all of it?
Yeah. I'll let it all happen.
I don't know that that's a good look for you, but I appreciate it.
I don't know what's a good look for me anymore. Yeah.
Symbiotes?
I'll have to find a symbiotic suit.
You can play our game. We have...
Yeah.
It's a unique item in our game.
Oh.
You have symbiote infestation.
Yeah?
Because it makes you all symbiotic.
And it's just things
you
shooting off.
You get a little bit of...
Yeah.
When it gets mad, when you go below a certain threshold.
So
he's going to be a symbiote this weekend.
Actually, I want to be a symbiote this weekend. I want to be also. I'll probably be Ghost Rider. Can Ghost Rider have that little baby Iron Man that I saw in the trailer?
Oh, the Iron Buddy.
Yeah, Iron Buddy, baby
yes,
Iron Man.
You can absolutely have baby Iron Man.
That's
you can have baby Ultron.
Baby Ultron?
You have baby
Which
Vision,
version?
Baby Vision.
Ultron number 9? This is my favorite one, Ultron.
Ultron is the best. I love Ultron 13, which is
Ultron 13
which is the one that went
insane.
nuts. Yeah. He's all crazy and dirty.
That's the one that went crazy.
Yeah,
I think they've all gone a little nuts.
Ultron 13 went crazy to the point where he had multiple personalities and couldn't figure out what was going on, and Daredevil beat him up.
Oh, Daredevil took out what?
Hey.
Okay,
he could.
Listen, Daredevil's a superhero, right? He can see when other people can't. Or he's not able to see, and he can see something or another.
He has radar.
I'm gonna go.
You're gonna read some Daredevil
throw radio stuff in my eyes and see what happens.
I don't.
No, you don't think that'll work?
No, that's an awful idea.
That's a shame because in all of the comic book stuff I've been reading for the years and years, I've been reading comic books. Radioactivity stuff is the key to getting superpowers, but it's not true in real life.
It turns out it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
I hope nobody's ever tried that.
No, I'm pretty sure that with the infinite amount of people on this planet,
somebody's
in
done
the Darwin Awards,
there's
been one dude who's like, yeah, I'm gonna eat radiation.
That's
I'm gonna see how this works.
I forgot to mention. Somebody just mentioned in chat. We also have Spider-Ham in our game.
You do?
We have Spider-Ham.
You have Spider-Ham?
And he talks. And he's amazing.
Oh my god! Did you push for that? Did you?
No. Actually, no.
Who pushed for Spider-Ham? I want to hug that person. I was about to hug you.
I'm just glad it happened.
I'm glad it happened
in our
too.
game.
So he's like a little buddy running around doing Spider-Man.
We have a symbiote Spider-Ham.
Oh, what?
And he has tentacles and everything. It's great.
A symbiote Spider-Ham. How do I get this? What do I got to do to unlock symbiote Spider-Ham?
He's in a fortune card, so you gotta be lucky. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
That's amazing. Hey, just the fact it exists and the chance that
we like to do fun stuff.
So we would have to play 400 hours to unlock it potentially. 5,000 hours. How many hours I got to pay somebody to play the game?
You could just pay for the fortune cards and try to get lucky.
All right.
Try to get lucky.
Okay. All right. Incredible stuff. What are we looking at right now? I see that there's a lot of destruction going on the screen.
This is X Defense. This is tons of different kind of supervillains are attacking the X Mansion, There's poor mutant students outside feeling real sad that they're getting killed by these mindless ones, which are denizens of the dark dimension. I think they're actually from there. So Dormammu sends them to Earth, which is a classic Doctor Strange villain. Doctor Strange is coming out next month. I want to talk about him in a bit. And yeah, so they are. The goal here is it's many waves of different kinds of villains randomized. There's like almost 30 different waves you can get, and it's you and your buddies team up to try to save the students. And it gets increasingly harder, and the rewards get better and better, and it gets really hard.
It does.
It gets to the point
where
it
looks intense right now.
It's pretty intense. I see bodies flying from all of the destruction Ghost Rider's causing, but it looks like they're actually doing pretty good. Mindless ones are one of the hardest waves. They get in there and they just blast the heck out of the students, and it ends real quick. It doesn't work out so well for me.
Oh man, that's
although
great.
my Punisher gets pretty good work done in there.
Well, what level are you?
I have a 60 Punisher. I have a level 60 Ghost Rider as well, and my Punisher has my favorite item in the game, which I think I talked about before, which is the Davy Crockett nuclear device. So when you shoot a rocket, it has a chance to proc a nuclear explosion.
Okay,
that's the best thing ever.
That's insane.
And I rant about it probably every stream because I love it so much.
Right, that's insane. Did Davy Crockett have one of those?
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not at the Alamo. Maybe that's what happened at the Alamo.
Okay.
He shot the David Crockett. Didn't work out for him.
That's so awesome. So what is going on in the chat over here?
The chat is asking about all kinds of fun stuff. They are asking about Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is coming next month, the Sorcerer Supreme. He's going to be pretty crazy. We just had a meeting about him today. Lots of crazy big spells and lots of magic. A little bit of maybe some astral projection in there, which is where
he'll levitate off the floor a little bit, maybe.
How can he not?
Okay, how can he not?
He's got the cloak of levitation.
Right.
So he's always like
he's
moving around.
He's sleeping above the bed.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
That's kind of a weird idea.
Yeah, no, but I mean, he's just everywhere he goes. He's never
he doesn't really walk. He's not really a run around kind of guy.
Yeah. So then his calves must be really flimsy. But that's okay because he has to go like this, so he makes it up in his...
Well, he's also trained in martial arts.
What?
I know.
Doctor Strange...
The ancient one, his mentor trained him in martial arts.
So he's hand-to-hand combat.
He can get in there if he needs to.
Is that...
he's not going to take on supervillains.
Right.
But so it's not really relevant to our game in that way because it's like we're not really going to have you punching people with Doctor Strange.
Okay.
He's more about spell slinging.
Sure, of course.
Astral projecting and all kinds of
But it's nice
stuff.
to know if... the spells, he's just tired of throwing magic.
He gets sleepy.
He could do like
a little bit of judo.
Take your keys from you, take your wallet from your back pocket, flip you over, and then see you later, and call the cops and get them.
That could work.
In this universe, are there still police officers?
Absolutely.
So there's still normal citizens.
Yes. There's a lot of events in our game where you help out the cops. You help out Shield. Guys with guns can't solve every problem. Although
there's a lot of problems in this universe. I mean, just look at this. If I lived there, I wouldn't know what to do.
You would probably move out.
Right. I wouldn't know.
Like, sorry, X-Men. Like, I can't deal with this.
Yeah. Like, you have a fantastic school. It looks gorgeous. I don't know how you got.
I'm getting a great education.
Right.
But this is not working. What would your immune power be?
If I had a mutant power?
If you lived, what would you think? Even the mundane sort that caused you to move out, it would probably be pretty mundane because you're not out here fighting.
Right.
So I think Little John Carnage is the guys that he's saving.
So,
and they're mutants too. So what would your power be?
I'm thinking, man. Like, I've always thought it would be really interesting to have something with dimension jumping.
That's pretty intense.
That's pretty intense. Yeah, I'd probably be like a Dark Phoenix type character. I'd just burn out really quick.
So it's just like,
it's like, I'm dimension jumping.
So you fall asleep.
Think of like this. Think of like Nightcrawler, right? He jumps around, right? But he's always in this dimension.
Yeah, imagine if through the brimstone dimension.
But what if it was in parallel universes?
Yeah, that'd be awkward.
So, right, exactly. So every time he jumps, he leaps into another dimension.
And then comes back through the other side.
And then he doesn't know. He has to quickly figure out, like, okay, all right, so Wolverine's a woman now.
There's a car coming.
There's a car.
Oh, crap.
All right. So, like, there's a consequence to every time using your power, right? And then, I don't know. It's kind of like a quantum leap thing.
It's very, like,
dude.
Quantum leapy. And
yeah. I mean, I went there.
Arguably useful, but maybe not.
Maybe
not.
Maybe. If you don't want to,
situations,
just like, get out of here.
I don't like what's on TV. I'm going to switch to the other dimension.
Switch to the other
dimension.
Check
out what's going on.
It's some meta stuff. That's some very meta power, which probably is the worst answer I could have given you. But that's
we're out of baloney in this dimension.
Right.
Let me go check the other one. I'll be right back.
Exactly.
That's fair. Okay.
So
that's pretty big. That's big.
That's big.
That's a little big.
It's real big.
It's a little too big.
I
was hoping there would be something really like.
Well, I can like
I make super good.
I can make
hot dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Like I can disappear and then come back wearing like sunglasses or something. I can turn anything into sunglasses. That would be
the worst transmogrification ever. Just
like,
sunglasses.
Oh, this can sunglasses. Now you got some Ray-Bans, Professor X.
I think he could rock the Ray-Bans.
I think he could too.
Maybe a little bit of aviators, like big.
I can make those. That would be my mutant power. I can make all of it.
What would your name be then? You have to keep Carnage in it though.
Yeah.
So good luck with that.
Yeah, I'll come back to you on that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave out of here.
That'll be next time.
So there's is there giveaways? Is this what's going on?
I believe we've been doing some giveaways.
You guys have giveaways, and there's questions and all sorts of awesome
things happening. We're gonna go through some forum questions.
Okay.
Some people are laughing at your sunglasses power. I think it's pretty awesome.
You put me on the spot, man, and I told you my real power. I should have never have said anything about my real power, leaping dimensions. That's a real superpower. That's not a mutant power. That's a human power.
I made you default to the.
I want the power of quantum leap. That's it. That's what I want to do. I want to fix the problems of the world one dimension at a time.
That's big,
dude. That's big. And then my sunglasses.
You can't come and join us for video game stuff if you're saving worlds.
Right. I like the fact that people are laughing at it. I couldn't come up with anything else. Yeah. What are your powers?
Shut up.
You see, you can't even. You know what it is? People get very personal about sharing their powers. What are some of their powers in here? Is anybody talking about what they have?
That's fair. I don't know. Let's see.
My power would be the power to put Kappa everywhere. Everywhere. Boom, 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 boom. Kappa face everywhere. Everywhere I go. Kappa, 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 Kappa.
You just buy stickers.
Well, then there you go. You can also buy paint and make Kappa.
Oh, that's awkward. Now we're getting into publicly stating vandalism.
No, absolutely no one, man. Dude, look at Obey. Look at that dude.
That's fair.
Yeah, man. That's not. Look at
it's street art.
Bansky
just
or
like
Basky.
like Tokidoki.
Exactly, Tokidoki. Got my baby
little
Toki
Thor riding a sweet little devil cloud. So yeah, we're doing some prizes. We're doing that in the chat here. I think they're.
Are they elaborating on?
Oh my gosh, Cap is coming out. I think you're sticking them everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of our guys is doing the giveaway in the chat, so we don't have to worry about that. We're giving away some hero packs and stuff. I think we'll be good. What else do we got going? We got all these questions from the forums.
Yeah, there's a few here.
We'll get to giving you the goods. The thing, I think some people were expecting us to show our new game mode, but our game mode, we wanted to do some more iteration before we show it off. So hopefully next live stream we'll show that off and talk about it and show you guys all the cool stuff.
So that's why people should follow.
That's why you should follow.
Follow for to get notified whenever you guys are going live.
Have some awesome stuff.
You guys do how many shows now? Is there one a week, twice a week, 100 times a week?
We're doing one right now. We're doing one every 2 weeks, and I would like to keep that cadence going. I think it's fun. It lets us connect with our community directly and actually speak to them, which I find easier than just typing everything in the world.
Yeah,
talking is easier than spending
you can get
hours.
That When I Talk It Types app.
Well, that's true.
You can do that.
From now on, if you guys see crazy typos on the forums and they don't make any sense, it's this guy's fault.
The dragon
stuff. Yeah, I got dragon speech.
Dragon speech.
Sorry, it doesn't make any sense.
When I Talk It Types.
This looks like the giveaway might be starting soon.
Okay.
People are asking for it. They're asking for it.
Okay. So how is this happening? There's giveaways, right? There's questions that were asked.
That's what we're doing. We're gonna give away to the people who posted on the forums. I misunderstood. We're gonna give away some good stuff.
Yeah. What is this stuff that you're giving away?
We're giving away some hero packs.
Okay.
Which contain a hero, some costumes, some. I believe we usually give retcon devices, a stash page. The goods.
You're hooking it up, man.
You're hooking it up.
And these questions came from?
These came from our forums, our forum users. So we'll call out your guys' names if we can pronounce them, and if we can't.
Yeah, if we can't pronounce them, we're sorry in advance.
We have the list, though.
But thank you for those awesome names.
And yeah,
Those names
we'll
are
be able
fantastic.
to contact you guys directly on the forums if you guys win a prize and such.
But
So
but beyond just, this is that one time that you guys are taking some of these questions from the forums and giving these awesome people who ask these awesome questions some swag and prizes. But from time to time, you do give prizes away in the active chat that's happening, and I see people are like, prizes, yeah.
Prizes, bring
we'll
it.
follow the channel for your chance to get prizes.
Yeah,
however
for sure.
the heck they decide to give it out.
We'll hook you guys up. We always do. We're pretty good about that.
No, you guys are awesome about giving away prizes. So you want to just want me to start asking some of these questions?
You can pick and choose. You can do whatever you want. You can go through them one by one.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do.
This was the real one.
It's the real deal.
This was the real.
I crossed one off because I answered.
This comes from Cole.
Cole, who's here in the building. He's one of our employees.
Cole. Now we have to try to figure out, what did he write? When are we adding Darkhawk?
So Darkhawk, we have no plans to add Darkhawk.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Michael. Darkhawk
You heard it.
A sweet 90s hero. He had a grappling claw and some wings.
Yeah, I remember Darkhawk.
He was great.
Didn't he
had a
have
cool
a
helmet.
Rookie of the Year card?
Yeah, he probably,
Yeah,
he would have.
he had a Rookie of the Year
around
card.
90 or
Him and
92.
Fool Killer.
Fool Killer.
Dude,
oh my God.
Fool Killer had a Rookie of the Year card, and I was like a young kid when I saw that, and I was like, this is going to be a star.
It didn't really work out for him.
Nothing ever where's Fool Killer now?
He appears
At an
as,
S&M club. Just hanging out.
He's
awesome, though.
he is cool.
He's
I like
super
it.
cool.
They use him occasionally in random things. I think.
Oh, so he's still active sometimes?
He appears.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
he's
cool.
not dead.
He's not.
He might be.
No.
He might be dead. Actually, I don't know.
Okay, or he might be gone, or Fool Killer, dude.
Fool
His
Killer's great.
powers on the back, dude. Is that how you come up with some of your stats for your characters now?
From the
Marvel cards
yes,
in the back?
we actually absolutely have that as the attribute system from the Marvel cards.
So-
from Marvel.com also has it with the strength, durability.
Yeah,
and
so-
it hits unearthly because it had.
It goes like over 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
So do you still? So if somebody has the intelligence of 1, what is that? How does that work with your character?
So that used to be that poor Incredible Hulk had an intelligence of 1.
Okay.
As he does officially. That used to mean he would get an experience penalty, which was not super fair.
Wow, but
It was
you
pretty
played that
harsh.
into your
We played
character
that in,
design.
yeah.
Brilliant.
We eventually took it back because we felt because it wasn't fair if you were playing Hulk and
Right,
I wasn't, that you guys would be distanced. So
Unless it's
the
balanced in
commu-
some other way.
Well, he was pretty crazy.
Okay, so it
destroyed
actually was balanced.
lots of trash. But yeah, I mean, we listened to the.
People were upset about that because, like,
it makes
hey,
sense.
you know,
We totally understand. It was,
Right.
yeah, it's like it was a fun idea, but it just didn't pan out because
I have a feeling a lot of people don't. Well, I mean, I remember those Marvel cards. I had every single. I even had Marvel Masterpiece.
Oh, those were the best.
Those were awesome.
Those
Had
are absolutely
some of the
the
special holograms that came with it, and I used to sit and stare at those holograms for hours, bro. I used to get them, just like look in the sun and be like,
get a magnifying glass.
oh, and Stan Lee's hologram one, I got that in a pack. Was it Marvel Card Series 1 or whatever? And he was every.
Which card did he autograph?
Well, no. He was on.
Oh,
he was a
he was the
hologram.
card.
He was a hologram. He had all of the characters.
I never
He was
finished.
Captain America. He had Spider. He had like everybody meshed into his face. Super cool.
That is kind of creepy sounding.
It's awesome.
Sounds awesome.
It's
I never
awesome.
finished that series, so I'm not that lucky to have that card.
That
That was a rare card.
I would cry and kick and scream. My mom would either buy me the single one by itself, or I would just keep trying. Man, I used to be able to. Maybe that's my power. That's
cracking
my.
packs and getting rare
I used
stuff.
to be able to find the right pack of cards that would have the little.
Well, maybe you'll be able to
hologram in it.
get your symbiote Spider-Ham that way. With your
Spider
good luck.
Ham so bad. Stop teasing me. Okay, let's get to these questions, all right?
Yeah,
so,
let's do some
Agent VH the Third.
Agent VH the Third.
I guess that's what we're going to have to
It's
say.
a classic name.
Is there a number in mind as far as how many total playable characters you want the game to have? Boom.
As many as we can.
Okay.
This is like it seems like a canned answer. We plan to keep adding characters at least once a month until we're not adding characters anymore.
Is
and there's no number in mind. If it goes to 100, if it goes to 200, totally cool with us.
What about playable villains?
Playable villains are coming this year. And
Whoa.
it starts with guys like Venom, Magneto, Juggernaut, and who am I forgetting? Somebody very awesome.
Cool. No, everybody you just said is very awesome. Very excited about that stuff. Awesome. So you guys just have no limit.
It's already coming.
No limit. But how? So, in terms of how do you pick them? Is there a tally amongst designers? Is there?
It's a give and take.
A give and take thing.
It's like what we think as both as a company and as creators and fans.
Sure,
Both what people want and what we want to make. So Moon Knight is a good example of like making a character that is not the most popular in the world, but we feel kind of fills out our game both visually and like gives, you know, not everybody's a fan of the mainstream. And some people like have their favorites that aren't like we have Squirrel Girl in our game, we have Luke Cage, who aren't like grade A top tier, right? And we don't need to just keep going grade A top tier. We're going to sprinkle in some more obscure ones. So
Luke Cage is a cool character, man.
Luke
Him
Cage
and
is the
Iron
man.
Fist had like a comic book series for how many years? Gosh.
Many years. They
Many,
had
many
at least
years.
70, 80 issues of the original
Yeah,
series.
yeah.
They've come back many times.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot we have playable Loki already in our game, so we already have a villain.
Oh, wow.
Boom.
Cool. So that person, Agent VH3, or I. My eyes are bleeding.
Whichever one.
Whichever one. You just want some swag. How feasible is it for Storm to become a float character like Human Torch?
So, and to give you some background on this, so Human Torch in our game flies all the time. That is his deal. He is always floating. He doesn't touch the ground. Human Torch doesn't really run around on fire. That wouldn't really be conducive to what he does. So conducive. So Storm, we made Storm so that after a few steps she hovers. So she'll hover around the battlefield once you get a running start. And for now, I mean, I think we're going to keep her that way for a bit. Making her hover all the time is something we'd like to do someday, but isn't something that we're going to do necessarily anytime soon. It is a huge revamp of every animation she does. And I feel that, like, I mean, I read a lot of X-Men comics, and Storm, you know, she stands around, but I understand, like, flying is kind of her thing. So I think it is, so I guess the answer to that really is just that we're still thinking about it. We still want to do it someday. It is not coming anytime soon. And I wanted to give an answer on that.
Fair enough.
People ask that a decent amount.
It's not as easy as just hit a button, make her fly.
It
seems like there's a little bit more design.
The estimates are like, whoa, okay, we got to redo the whole character.
Well, then we want new character. We want to keep like evolving and growing, and
right, and
you know,
absolutely.
If it makes sense, I guess what you're saying is, if it makes sense, then it'll make sense.
As soon as it makes sense, we will do it.
I love it. I love how close you are to the forums and listening to the people, man.
We like to be straightforward with
and that came from Ruku.
Thank you, Ruku.
Thank you, Ruku, for that
sorry
awesome
if that
question.
wasn't the answer you were looking for.
And sorry if that's not how I say your name. Straight up. How do you handle voiceover work in regards to interactions between currently available characters and characters to be released in the future?
This is interesting. So for a lot of our characters that are coming out, we pre-recorded lines to talk to them. So we just released Nightcrawler last month. Plenty of characters already talked to Nightcrawler, because when we made those characters, we knew Nightcrawler was coming. Right, so like it's like, oh, obviously we're doing Nightcrawler, so all the X-Men talk to Nightcrawler, people who aren't X-Men. And then we did another session where he got lines for a bunch of upcoming characters. So he talks to Ghost Rider, I think he'll talk to Moon Knight and such. And so it's going to be we get this question a decent amount. It's an adaptive process where we're going through and we're making, anytime we have that character in the studio, we're like, yeah, we got to record new lines for all the new upcoming guys.
Wow.
So it is not something that we're just going to do a huge pass on and make sure everybody talks to everybody, but it's something that we'll continue to update as we get bigger, because we're going to get a lot bigger.
Any notable voiceover actors that you get?
Ton. Like most of our cast comes from either Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, X-Men Evolution, or Marvel's Capcom.
Very
so
cool.
we use like people who have all played those characters before for the most part, like people who are experienced with exactly that character, who are known for it in some way. So
they just pick right up and they're like,
yeah, exactly.
So it's a notable voice.
Yeah,
when
like,
you hear it, you go, oh wow,
exactly.
I've heard that voice before. Where have I heard it? You just mentioned.
Boom. Yeah.
3 big things that people would definitely connect with.
Right. So like Moon Knight, we just recorded, and we have the voice actor from Spider-Man: Web of Shadows, which came out in like 2006 or 2008, I think, which was the free roaming symbiote infestation game.
Yeah.
So it's like, this guy's established his Moon Knight. He understands the character. He's played him before. He's a good fit for it.
That's great.
So we want to keep the universe consistent. So when you log in as your character, he sounds like what you think, basically. What you think he should.
And thank you, that Mo guy. I like that name, that Mo guy.
Our forums have some pretty awesome usernames.
Names in the video game forum Twitch universe are awesome. They're just so surreal.
Gamer tags
Mecha Squirrel.
Game usernames are ridiculous.
Gamer usernames are just awesome. And for anybody who's just joining us for the first time or second time or third time, I'm here hanging out with Ryan from Marvel Heroes. You guys might recognize me from the Twitch world. I'm over there a lot. I'm a huge fan of Marvel. I love talking about comic books. I could do this with you for hours. I love the video game. It's just this is so much fun to be here. And so this is your time to connect with Brian. He's looking right at the chat.
I'm reading the chat.
I mean, if anything actually sticks out to him that will make him laugh, he's probably going to say something.
I'll pick one.
But what we're doing right now is we're answering some questions that came direct from the forums, and these awesome people that ask these fantastic questions are going to get, what's that prize again?
They're going to Hero Packs.
Hero Packs. Cool. So there you go. So connecting here or connecting on the forums, your voice is being heard. So that's really what I want you guys to recognize, is that for everybody that's in the chat right now, this is your chance to talk directly to Marvel Heroes community manager. And I mean,
we're hanging out.
We're hanging out. We're hanging out. And then if you're on the forums and you're like, does anybody care? Yeah, they care. They're right here. Ryan knows who you are. He talked very passionately about you guys. He said
we have lots of familiars here.
Yeah, that's
I recognize
wonderful.
A lot of good names.
Great. And don't forget to follow, right? Because you guys do how many shows now?
Once every 2 weeks.
Once every 2 weeks.
We might pick it up. We might. Hopefully.
Cool.
I hope we do.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun.
Well, you guys are, building a game too at the same time, so
it gets pretty busy.
It does get busy, but it's so nice to have you here hanging out with these people.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh no, I'm having a blast, dude. I could talk about this stuff all day. To hear that there is a Spider-Ham symbiote character,
I appreciate so much
has blown my mind.
What you have latched
that needs to be everywhere. There needs to be billboards, and people still care about billboards, right? Yeah, I think everybody, when they look at a billboard, they need to know
Spider-Ham
exists.
In a symbiote cup.
Put it on a billboard. Put it everywhere. Put it in the comic books. Spider-Ham symbiote.
Next time we'll have a Spider-Ham on the stream.
You need to take me over to the designer and hug that man or woman or ghost or whatever. I need to meet him. So
I don't know. I don't like what that's implying.
Whoa! Any plans on adding more variety for enemy affixes in the near future? What's that? Affixes, yeah.
So Mataka.
Mataka.
So
words.
We recently talked about this quite a bit. So enemy affixes are the things that are currently appearing above people. They appear above your head. Like when you're fighting a boss, it'll be like move speed aura. He'll have power cosmic. He'll have like invulnerability shield. So it's a random attribute that's given to an enemy that will be applied throughout the world. Currently, we don't have enough. That's the answer. Oh. So you see the same ones too often. So we're going to keep adding more. We're trying some out right now. We put them on Test Center to let people test them out, and we fix them and make them better. We're going to keep growing that. We're going to make the game more. It feels more variable. It adds a little bit more challenge, but also it makes it so that you see the ones that are really punishing much less often. If there are ones that aren't so punishing, like we have some that's like deals extra damage, and it's like, they only hit a little bit. They hit like 20-30% harder, but it's not the end of the world. And so if that pops up more often than something like Mortar, which is thing appears on the ground, falls, you're screwed.
Yeah.
So if we don't have enough affixes and we don't keep adding them, you'll see those more often. So
and correct me if I'm wrong. Would I have seen that over Kingpin? Would that have been something that I have seen?
Kingpin. You could, yeah. If you fight him in the
was fighting him
terminal and stuff, yeah.
And I had no idea what that's for. So I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, the get out of the way too.
Yeah.
Bullseye.
Yes. Man, that is a grueling.
It is a
That is a wake up call. That you need to have friends and fight this guy. There's no doing this alone. Not for him.
All those ads.
There's just so many things happening at once.
That's a fun fight, though. That's one of my favorites in the game.
Cool. Thank you so much for that question. Okay, this goes to you. What is your favorite thing about your job, and what inspires everyone to do what they do?
My favorite thing about my job is, honestly, it sounds like a canned community manager answer because every community actually answers this way. But it really is interacting with the community and figuring out what they want and how they want us to change our game and make it better. I'm up every night on the forums, just reading stuff and interacting with people and delivering feedback to the designers and working with them on being like, well, how could we do this in a way that works, and play testing different things. And so basically, the community interaction is really the foundation for all of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think that is, it's a silly answer. That's my favorite job. As far as what makes everybody show up every day, it's really just, it's kind of the same thing. It's making the game better every day. We have an enormous drive. We've been out for about 8 months now, and our game has changed miraculously since launch.
Yeah, it does not look the same.
It does not look like the same game anymore. So many things have changed. We've redone systems that players felt weren't working. We ripped them out and redid them all.
Great that you were listening.
Yeah, right? It's great for us. I feel like the game is getting better every day because of it.
Right.
And a lot of it comes from our fans, and that is what drives us to keep making a good game and make the game better than any other.
Very cool. that came from, was it Rungar?
Runegar.
I was told reading the names of these fantastic people was going to be part of the fun.
It kind of is.
It is part of the fun.
It is kind of
I'm having the most fun reading these names. What is the black costume you plan to give Moon Knight?
Black costume, I wanted to... So we teased about this recently, and players kind of picked it up. It is Secret Avengers costume. It's a sweet all black. Yes. It's more armored. It's got different gauntlets, different like pitch to everything. Like he's got cloth in between the armor and stuff. It's a good look. It's from Vengeance of the Moon Knight. For the people who are asking this, definitely know. I think one of them's here. So that's what it is. It's
very cool.
It's a pretty straightforward answer. That one's not too hard.
No. You could have made it complicated. You've been like, wait, where did that question come from? I didn't want to answer that. Who wrote that on there? Get it off.
Cross that out.
Trench Commando, thank you so much for that. Is there any update to the achievement system?
Achievements. We're still working on achievements. They're still coming. I wanted to touch on this because it's something I feel like we don't talk about enough because we're so focused on them now. We have engineers already working on the achievement system and hooking it up. We're looking at all kinds of different achievements, like do this, defeat this many bad guys of this type. Like we want to at some point do guild achievements, all kinds of stuff. We want to expand our supergroup system to include the achievements. So we have a lot of plans. I can't guarantee everything I just said will be there at launch for it, but it's coming up.
Seems robust. It seems like there's a lot going on.
We want it to feel enticing and interesting, and that you want to obtain these, and that they're fun to do.
That's such an important thing to get right.
I totally agree.
I would rather see you guys
build
that out.
Some will probably be pretty grueling.
Yeah.
I have.
Well, that's okay too, though. It's still part of that. It has to be a challenge. There has to be a give and take, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly, a give and a take. My favorite achievement ever was a really weird one, and it was for Doom 2 on Xbox 360, and it was that you had to defeat a cyber demon with your fists. So I spent like a solid half hour timing out how many other bullets it would take before I had to run up and punch him.
Ooh.
And like that kind of stuff is fun to me. Like
I'm not really
an achievement hunter, but when I see something that ridiculous, I'm like, I have to try that. Like, I have to get that. Like, why not? Like, what am I doing right now? I'm playing Doom 2 for some reason. That game came out 20 years ago.
I think that's brilliant. I think that's brilliant.
So it's gonna be fun.
Crochet.
Curashade.
Thank you for that.
Thanks, Curashade.
Thank you for that question. Okay, this looks like a two-parter or a one-parter. Let's get into this.
Boom. So
I've always wondered just how much time and research goes into implementation of hero into the game. So
let's just do that one. Let's stick to that one.
Okay, we'll stick to that. Dead Bones, thank you.
Because I just helped a lot with Moon Knight, I feel like I can answer this better now, so that's why I chose it as a good one to answer. What goes into the time and like what it really takes with the research? It starts, as you can imagine, with a spitball. It's like we want to do Moon Knight. Like, what does Moon Knight do? Designers and I wrote out a huge list of everything Moon Knight does. I said these are all of his weapons. These are the kinds of things I expect him to do. We have something we call a war room, where designers get together and they say. You have a big whiteboard and they say, let's do this. Like we did the research, like people all put in their what they feel, like they make their own list, and it's like, let's do a war room. We spend a few hours just hammering it out, everything they need. Like, let's say, okay, this guy needs a spirit spender, he needs a defense power, he needs blah, 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 single target AoE. What can we give him that's a new mechanic? What fits his character? What are the pillars we have to hit? So that's the biggest thing, is like pillars for Moon Knight. It's like he has gadgets, obviously. He worships Khonshu. He doesn't give up. He goes down fighting. And so like we sat down, like, how can we represent all this in the character? So it takes, that part is many hours and many days of thinking. And then it moves to the tech side, which is you estimate, like, what is all this new tech we need? What can we not put in the game currently? And that'll take weeks. Then the art side is a month plus just to get them animated with the effects and everything. So it's not a quick process.
It's not a quick process.
It is not a quick process.
Because you can't just make a character that's not complementary to the game.
Well, yeah, and not only that, but they have to be complementary to Marvel Comics.
Right.
Marvel,
You have to do
Marvel
it right.
canon, yeah. Right. So there's an iterative process, which I think the next part of the question kind of touched on, so I'll paraphrase, which is the iterative process with Marvel is like, it's in stages. Mm-hmm. This is the design. What do you think? Like, how do you feel about this? And they'll give us notes. Then this is how he's looking now. what do you think? What are your notes? That we don't get to the very end and be like, oh, they don't like any of this. None of this makes sense. We did this all wrong, which never happens really, but. So it's a fun process. It's a long process.
Seems like
it's worth it.
It's worth it, right? Because
it's always worth it.
You must just be so happy to see the Moon Knight come out.
To see him come through the pipeline.
It happened. He's almost alive.
He's almost there. He's a couple weeks away. He's like a little baby.
Are you nervous about the feedback?
I'm excited.
You're excited about the feedback?
I'm super excited.
That's a great answer.
I want to like always know like, well, what did I forget? What did we not think about? Like when we sat in that room.
What a great way to look at it.
And we thought about all the things he could do. What were we missing that our players expect?
Cool.
How did we not do something right?
Well, thank you, Dead Bones, for that question.
What a sweet name, Dead Bones.
Dead Bones.
It's like a pirate.
Them bones is dead. See, this is a good one for all of my hipster brotherins out there and sisterins, all the hipsters out there,
and the president of our company.
Yeah, well, he and I we're both hipsters. I've got several at home. When is the Mac version coming out?
So we are announcing the Mac closed beta test today.
What?
Which should be live hopefully by the end of the month.
Okay.
And that is going to be we're going to take people who apply. We're going to let you try it out, give us all your feedback, let us know any bugs that are happening. I mean, it's the same game, so the feedback is more so on how it runs, any problems you come into.
Yeah, UI.
And then we hope, if the UI breaks on
right.
a certain resolution of your Mac and stuff like that. And then we're hoping to have it out in the next month or so. Like,
wow.
That's a
cool.
terrible answer.
Sure. No, I
shouldn't give a date.
Right, you shouldn't give. But you're not giving a date. You're saying a month or so. So the so part kind of could mean 5 years from now too.
It's not going to be 5 years. we're far along that I'm able to go over and watch people play it on Mac right now.
That's great. No, that's exciting.
It's just we're I'm excited.
I was not expecting to hear you say today was some sign-ups.
We're announcing it today.
That's great.
I don't know if the sign-ups start today, but the announcement comes
soon,
today.
right?
Yeah,
Things are starting to roll out. Things are happening. It's not a forgotten.
Yeah,
like,
we get accused of that a
right.
lot. Of like, have you forgotten about us? It's like definitely not, man. Like we spent a lot of time on you guys.
That's amazing.
I'm super excited for the launch of that.
Thank you, Quick Zero. See, I like that name too. Dead Bones, I like. Quick Zero, I like.
It's 2 words.
Right away. I was
Boom.
able to read it. So let's see.
What do we got next?
Any new pets coming out soon that can be bought rather than one from a card?
Yes.
Puff Adder. That's another good name.
They're pets that we've both teased and announced. They're both to be bought. You can buy pets in our game.
Okay.
We're going to be coming out with Teased not Spider-Ham. We already did Spider-Ham. Doing Howard the Duck.
Dude.
How could we not do Howard the Duck?
I know he's a Marvel character. I often forget what his first appearance was.
His first appearance...
Was it in a Kiss book?
No.
Because I know that he was in a Kiss magazine.
He was. He's been in a lot of weird... I actually do not know Howard the Duck's first appearance.
But that's
it was... I think it was Man-Thing.
What? I love Howard the Duck even more now.
Maybe not. I don't know. This is actually something that I failed on.
But hey, no one's saying.
I actually don't know the first appearance of a character. That kind of blows my mind.
Howard the Duck. Come on now, we're not talking about like Rom the Space Knight.
Rom Space Knight, yes.
Right? We're talking about Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck.
He's super cool. I saw the movie in theaters. I saw Howard the Duck in theaters. I was 5 years old.
You were. That is impressive.
I was 5, and I really don't have much recollection of it, except I remember the girl ducking.
Somebody said it was in Fear, which I totally forgot, and so Fear. So that would be one of the old Marvel comics.
Yeah.
So that explains why I don't know it, because I don't own any of it.
Sure.
Sorry to let you down.
So Howard the Duck is a pet. A little buddy.
He's going to hang out with you. He's going to talk to you. I'm very excited.
So he has voiceover.
He's going to have voiceover.
Wow.
I'm very excited.
And so
I don't know when he's pegged for right now. I know we'll do him this year.
What will be some of his abilities?
He doesn't fight.
So he's just there.
Hangs out.
Just hangs.
He just hangs.
He inspires you.
He inspires you to do better. For his
I love it.
For his duckliness.
Does he have a little bow tie?
Yes. How could he?
Okay. Can we get info / a tease as to the villains we'll face in the Bronx Zoo?
Bronx Zoo.
Somebody said
Craven? Maybe Craven. We've teased this before, so I feel pretty comfortable letting you guys know. We're going to have the Lizard.
Oh, yeah.
Who's pretty sweet. So Bronx Zoo is a piece of content we'll be doing this year. We'll be releasing. And we're going to have Mr. Hyde, as in Dr.
Yes.
Jekyll Ann. I love that guy.
Wow, you guys are bringing him out?
We're digging a little
That
deep.
is amazing.
We're digging a little deep on him.
Wow.
He's kind of a cool choice.
No,
though.
he's a super cool choice.
He's a little different.
He's got the green cloak, right?
Yeah,
he's
the whole
big.
He got the whole getup.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Gets worked out.
I was not expecting to hear that.
Yeah, well, hopefully we got some pretty
You
cool
guys
mobs
really
in there.
try to bring everything, like you were saying before, and anybody who's just joining us who didn't hear Ryan talk about it. You guys don't want just the mainstream. You want to go and get some of the niche, the underground.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want to call them. I mean, they're part of the universe, right? It's a Marvel universe,
Yeah.
right? And so you guys are really trying to encapsulate everything.
I honestly,
love that.
I feel like that is super important for us, both just as a growing game, like to give things to the hardcore comic fans and I watch the films and the cartoons and such.
Exposure to comic book characters just through the films is totally fine.
It's totally fine.
It's exposure
and the
to Marvel.
Yeah, have a ton of crazy stuff
Right.
that you learn from them.
Right. Yeah.
That's where I fell in love with like Mysterio and the classic Spider-Man cartoons. So good.
Dude, Mysterio. Yeah. I mean, the fishbowl head. I guess that's what they call them, right? That's what Stan Lee always called them. And that came from 34. It's another easy.
34. I dig it.
You dig it? And let's see. Are there plans to add more insignias to the game, like an X-Men Nightcrawler insignia that has a % to avoid all damage, for example?
So
I see one. Thank you for that.
So I wanted to put this one in here because I just did a contest in the forums to create a new insignia for the Marvel Knights, and the Marvel Knights are a ragtag group of guys like Daredevil, Punisher, Black Widow, Moon Knight.
Mm-hmm.
So team insignia in our game, if you guys aren't familiar, are an item that you put on only if it's part of your team affiliation. So there's the X-Men insignia, the Avengers insignia, the Fantastic Four, and if your character in the comics is not part of that team, you can't use it.
Brilliant.
So we're adding a new kind of insignia right now, which is Marvel Knights. So the street level guys can have a little fun, get stuff like that. And when you equip a team insignia, it gives like an aura for everybody. So it's like a little bit of boost for everybody.
Sure.
So it's a fun. So yeah, we're definitely adding more. We're adding a new type, as we said. Hopefully by the end of the month with Moon Knight, if not too long after. And then I definitely want to expand. I've been joking around about doing a next wave insignia for Shield. And by saying next wave, I hope that this means that Doomsaw lets me do it because now it's public. so yeah, the answer is yes. Who was that one from?
That came from Icy One.
Icy One's another nice name.
I think you are picking fantastic questions that have wonderful names to.
Although I like the cool names that I can't pronounce.
I think it's.
Nobody
I
can
like
pronounce
everything
mine.
about that. What's yours on the forums?
Mjolnir, as in Mjolnir, but with an R.
Mjolnir.
Ah, that's really hard to pronounce.
Real near Gierzo.
Meow meow.
Meow. So, did you have any plan? Wait. Did you have any plan in a ability buffs timer to put over the ability bar?
I think that can stop there. That's a good question.
Yeah, because
I think I'll answer whatever they pontificated about. So ability buff bar, we've talked about it tons. We obviously know this isn't ideal. We have raids coming out. When raids come out, there is certain information you will need to know. So we are talking about that a lot internally. We'll probably be asking for your feedback pretty soon. The biggest thing for us is not just have a million things cluttering your screen of icons that you constantly have to read. So we may pick and choose what we feel is the most important things possible. But yeah, we do plan to expand the visibility on things like buffs and debuffs and such. So hopefully that'll be people. Cool. That should make people pretty happy.
Making people happy. That's what we do here at Marvel Heroes. Narcione?
You got another one. You got a good one.
There we go. Can we expect to get a badge-like system?
A badge system. So I wanted to ask about this one because it's our version of the badge-like system from City of Heroes, which is what they reference. Mm-hmm. It would be our achievement system, and we're looking at ways to make it interactable and shareable and stuff like that. So the basic answer is that would be the closest thing to that will be the achievement section, the system. So cool. That's a pretty straightforward answer.
Gee, that's a heck of a name right there. Alpha Patoran.
That's which one?
Look at that.
Alphatorian.
We have two grown men trying to figure out that name.
Alphatorian.
Alphatorian. We got it.
That's a cool name.
Are there any updates on Stark Tech? Stark
Tech is still coming. It is a new item type for those unaware. This is a pretty heavy deep cut
Yeah,
community question. So Stark Tech is an item type that the basic theory behind it is that if you get lots of duplicates of items or things that you have been saving, like if I got 2 of the same uniques, this is a way to use them to improve yourself.
Right.
So it's an item that grows. We've been thinking about a lot about that, and we're currently been working on it. We're not sure if the initial direction was the right one. The idea is still the same, the concept is still the same, but maybe the implementation is changing a little bit. So they're still coming.
Great. Thank you, Tofu Vic. Are there any plans to introduce Fortune Card exclusive heroes?
The answer to that is no. And I wanted to say that because people ask about that a lot and they get sad. We have no plans to put a ton of development into a hero and lock them to a Fortune Card. Like, if we want everybody to be able to get them for our heroes. Our heroes are a great gameplay experience, and we want everybody to be able to have that.
Right.
So there's no chance on us.
No chance.
No
Inky,
chance.
sorry.
Maybe if it was something like super, like not super different, like, but no chance.
Okay. Will we get Blade as one of the undecided characters this year?
Blade. I love Blade.
Can you
Blade?
get Wesley Snipes to do the voice?
We can't get Wesley Snipes.
Oh, we can't get Snipes.
I included
in
this because Blade 2 is like one of my favorite movies ever. It's
Okay.
super awesome. It's Guillermo del Toro. We definitely have plans to do Blade at some point. Whether or not he makes these, so if you're not familiar, we did an advance pack with the heroes, 12 heroes, sold them, like pre-sold them. You buy them now, you get them all. You get a sweet deal on all of them with their costumes and stuff. So we have 2 that are unannounced though. So we get a lot of questions. Who is it? We get a lot of rogue requests. We get a decent amount of Blade requests too. So if he's not this year, he's definitely next year.
Okay.
Or hopefully, definitely.
And
hopefully, definitely.
But no Wesley.
I don't know that I can promise
no,
something.
No Snipes
no,
action.
No, probably no Snipes.
You
Maybe.
kind of sound like Wesley Snipes.
We'll get you in here.
Okay, I'll do Wesley Snipes then. Can't say your name either. Ziaxu. I'm just coming up with words now. After the Australian event and the Chinese one,
we do holiday events.
Okay.
So
holiday events.
So he
you
wanted
did the
to
Chinese
know,
New Year.
Yeah,
I guess
Chinese
right?
New Year. Yeah, we're dropping lunar dragons in red envelopes every day.
Okay. Will there be any for the carnival?
For the carnival, so the answer is almost definitely. We love doing these little holiday events. It gets people to get free stuff, and we like
a little parade or something. Just people gonna be Marvel fights.
I heard some funny ideas earlier about this kind of the kind of fun stuff we can drop. So yeah, that kind of stuff for us is like, when does that start? Do you know?
What, the Brazilian festival or the one where everybody's dancing in the street?
Not that one. The
Carnival?
Carnival?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Let us know. But we're interested in any. I can't promise that we'll do that one, but we have plans to basically do every holiday we can.
Okay.
So if time permits it, we'll do a holiday event for it.
What'd you guys do for Chinese New Year?
For Chinese New Year, we're dropping lunar dragons. We're giving out
cool.
red envelopes every day that have stuff you can like sell and get special buffs from.
Very cool.
Like fireworks, all kinds of cool stuff. It's been a lot of fun. We did an Australia Day where we're dropping koalas.
Did you talk? I think you might have hinted a little bit at the teamwork stuff, but how will the team ups work? Well, we need a special token for this, such as Spider-Man.
Team ups are pretty on the down low right now. So the way team ups are going to work is that you'll be able to obtain basically another hero who will come out and kick butt with you,
right?
And he'll give you bonuses and stuff. We're not sharing like the super nitty-gritty details. But you don't get the question. Part of the question was like, if I own Spider-Man and he becomes a team up, do I get him as a team up? The answer is no. It's a totally separate system.
Okay.
You'll be able to get them from all kinds of different ways. You'll be able to earn them. So
very cool. Well, thank you for sharing with us a little bit of that.
A little bit, yeah. We'll go more in the future. I just wanted to drop a little bit of knowledge.
Thank you, Sunodin, for that. Completely ignoring issues of cost, popularity, and feasibility. Who else would you like to see added to the game?
If I could just pick one?
Yeah. Who else would you? If it didn't matter. Time, money.
If I could
feasibility.
If I could learn all the skills I need and I could magically become every department, I would add multiple men. I think it'd be a ton of fun to have like a mob of myself go around beating
that would
people
be
up.
insane.
It would just be insane.
So
it's just
cool.
like super ridiculous.
I thought you were gonna say like Galactus, just
a big foot.
Boom, boom, or a hand. Like you couldn't even be able to
just blasting everything.
Yeah. That would be insane.
He's playable in other games I've seen.
Yeah.
He
certainly is in other games. Who Benny? Thank you for that. Will there be other PvP options be made available?
Yep. We definitely have plans to make new PvP modes. We're hoping to have another one out sometime this year. I'm gonna loop in. I know there's another question about competitive PvE,
Right.
which is a pretty interesting thing. We'll talk more about as we get closer. But so the answer is yeah. We plan to keep continuing our PvP experience. We're going to be bringing PvP out of beta pretty soon. We've assembled a strike team with metrics and data, and they're working on a tuning pass on everything to make everybody feel good and fun. And yeah, so we're definitely going to add more.
What published story arcs or events could eventually be revisited for the purpose of making Marvel Heroes? That's a great question.
I added this one like a total jerk because I don't want to give any actual information.
Fair
But we are going to pay homage to one very soon. And
Done.
I will say that. So sometime this year we will have a release that pays homage to a Marvel Comics event.
I like hearing.
So that's what I wanted to get.
Right? It's a tease.
It's a tease.
There's so much
it's something to go on.
Right,
it's something to go on. It's not just like I can't talk about that.
Yeah.
That's the
what
worst.
did you say? I didn't hear that question.
That is the worst kind of answer.
Thank you, Dead Herald, for that.
That's a good.
Oh wait, that's Seek and Dono, and then there has been hints to several new zones and story areas being added. Can we have any additional tease?
One more time, say that again.
There has been hints to several new zones and story areas being added. Can we have additional details on this?
Additional details. I think I kind of teased that in the last one. I'm gonna roll this together. That was my bad.
Roll it together.
I'm sorry about that.
Wait for it.
We're gonna have more story coming. We're gonna be announcing more stuff within this year. We're gonna have some fun stuff based on comics with new environments and stuff, and I'm pretty excited for people to see it.
Well, the Odin son, you didn't get your answer that you're looking for.
You didn't get your answer. I'm sorry, the Odin
but
son.
You still got an awesome prize. And that we went through all of that. And for anybody who is joining us, I think this is it. We're coming to a close.
We're coming to a close.
But
Thank you
make
very
sure
much.
to follow this amazing channel for not just prizes. Prizes is one thing, right?
We did
but
give some chat prizes, by the way.
Great.
We
The
did.
chat got included in a way.
You guys up.
This is your chance at home to kick back, come in here, and talk about everything Marvel, right? I've been talking about some oddball characters, and he knows what's up.
Those are my favorites.
He knows what's up. And that is, for me, being a fan and lucky enough to be here with you, some of my favorite stuff just is the oddball.
The good stuff.
But you can talk the mainstream, and all of it's included. So come back, follow this channel, get to know Ryan, get to know the other amazing crew that's here. There's developers and everything running around. I saw people here that I'm like, hey, what's going on? Oh, you did that? That's awesome. That amazing mural. It's insane. Which I imagine one day you might just bring them on and talk about comic books and talk about this game with people.
We plan to bring in some more like devs and stuff in the coming weeks to talk about new features, and raids are coming up pretty soon.
There's just so much going on. This is an ever-growing, everlasting game, right? And it's connected.
That's the idea.
Yeah. Well, I like to see it keep going.
Keep expanding for as long as we can. Keep adding content. Keep adding characters.
Ryan, thank
Almost
you so
30.
much.
Jeez, that's a lot of classes in an
that's
RPG.
a lot of, and rather quick.
Yeah, we're getting there.
You guys
are there. We're moving pretty quick.
You guys are cranking them out, which is amazing.
It makes it fun.
It makes it very frequent.
Makes it fun.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for making that Mac happen.
For sure.
I'm very hipster.
I'm sure your friends will be excited.
All of my friends.
David
my
Brevik
mom
is very excited.
just like, I only use Mac.
Well,
and now she's going to be able
now
to
she
play
can play
Marvel Heroes.
I'll see her in game.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Ryan, for having me.
It was good times.
It was awesome times. Thank you, chat. Thank you for just letting me come here and talk about Howard the Duck and Spider-Ham symbiote.
And Dark Hawk. We talked about some Dark Hawk.
Yeah, we did.
Some Moon Knight.
We talked about Fool Killer. We're doing like a little retrospective here, but Fool Killer was a dope card. I think it was 1991 Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year. I missed.
I wish
they brought back Rookie of the Year. For comic book cards.
He was Rookie of the Year, just like Tommy Dreamer was Rookie of the Year. But Tommy Dreamer actually did more with his career.
Yeah, Fool Killer didn't really.
Fool Killer didn't
He killed
live
some fools.
Yeah, he's killing lots of fools.
That's kind of his deal.
So many fools be killed. Well, thank you guys so much. And when will we see you again? When are we coming back? When are you coming back?
What is 2 weeks from now?
Okay, 2 weeks from now.
Probably with the release of Moon Knight, so we'll be able to show them off.
Okay.
We'll bring in probably some designer or maybe some artists and stuff to really get an idea of how we made him work and what makes him tick.
Great.
So that'll be the next thing.
All right.
And also our new game mode should be ready by then.
Awesome.
So we got a lot of good stuff next time.
Well, cheers, and thank you guys for joining us.
Thank
and
you
we'll see you again. He'll see you again in like 2
I'll see you on the
weeks.
forums in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
For a lot of you.
Big weekend coming up too.
Yeah, we have the big rune event. So we're giving away free runes. We're giving special item find and rare item find.
Awesome.
So it's a good time to play Marvel Heroes.
Get on it. Get on it.
That's what I'm gonna go do. I'm just gonna go play right now.
Oh.
We're live now.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going home to play. I think I might take a day off when Moon Knight comes out, but We'll see.
You deserve it. Cheers. See you all later.